Hey, it's booty day. So we'll start on our back on the mat with your knees bent. First thing we're going to do is a posterior pelvic tilt. So imagine you have a tail, and when you squeeze your glutes, you're trying to tuck that tail between your legs. So tuck, we're going to hold for 5 seconds and then release. Tucking, hold for 5. Squeezing, release. And last one, let's tuck, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Now let's take this into a glute bridge. So this time, tuck, press into your feet, lift your hips up high, staying here for 10, squeezing the glutes the entire time. Keep pressing into your feet. A little bit longer. Okay, let's lower, and then again, tuck, squeeze, lift, hold, and make sure you're not lifting too high, so you don't want your back to arch. We just want this movement at the hip. Okay, lower down, and one more like that. Let's lift and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Now let's add some arm movement here. Inhale, lift up into your bridge. Allow your arms to rise up overhead. And then exhale as hips and arms lower back down to the start. 2 more. Breathe in, arms up. Exhale, lower down. 1 more, breathe in, reach up, hold here. Let's stay 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale to lower. The next one we're doing is rainbows. So make your way onto your right side. Use your right arm as a pillow. Keep your knees bent and stacked with them slightly forward in front of your body. Place a block or a pillow between your knees. That'll keep the hips neutral, and that's going to be our lowering point. So let's start by straightening that top left leg. Inhale as you lift it up and bring it over and slightly back behind you. And then we're going to exhale to lift it back up and bring it back forward to the start. Again, only lowering to the block. So you're going to complete 10 repetitions, inhaling up and then exhaling back. Just make sure that your top hip or your lower back isn't moving around while you're doing this. We just want to try to keep the leg moving. So keep going, nice and slow. And this is working into our glute med, our glute min, which is more at the side of the hip, side of the leg. Now let's make our way into tabletop. So we're going to take that block and place it just behind your left knee. You can use a water bottle or a small pillow, anything that you can just squeeze onto so that it stays there. Now as you inhale, you're going to lift that knee, reaching your foot up to the sky, engaging your glutes. Again, we have that squeeze in the glute, and you want to keep your core engaged. So imagine like you're wearing a corset. That way this movement doesn't arch your back, it only extends your hip. On your exhale, you can lower. So inhales to lift, exhales to lower. We're doing a total of 10. Now on your last one, we're going to keep that leg lifted, starting around the world. So from here, point your knee out to the left, and then we're going to bring it back down. Lift it back up, point it out to the left, bring it back down. So just like in a circle, but again, trying to keep minimal movement in the lower back, keeping most of the movement just at the hip and the leg. So 5 of those in that direction, and then we're going to reverse the direction of the circles. So we start from the knee being down, we lift it out to the left, and then bring it up, bring it back down. So once you've done your 5, let's try this on the other side. So start with your hip extensions. Put the block on the back of your right leg. We're going to inhale to lift the knee, exhale to lower for 10 repetitions. Keep that leg lifted after your 10. We're going to start the around the world. So point the knee out to the right and then lower it down. Lift up, point out to the right, lower down. 5 circles in this direction. Switch the direction, go for another 5. Nice and slow. The slower you go, the more we'll be working that glute. Okay, let's move to side lying on the left side and start our rainbows on the other leg. So again, use a block or a pillow between your knees. Start by straightening that top right leg. Inhale to lift it up and over behind you. Exhale to bring it back over to the front. 10 repetitions. Maybe notice if one leg is a little easier than the other, or if it feels the same. Only lowering down to the height of the block. Okay, now let's move on to our last one. We're going to come back to our glute bridge, laying on our back first, knees bent. From here, lifting up. Maybe if you want to challenge yourself, we're going to turn this into a one-legged bridge by pressing into your left foot more. We're going to slowly lift the right heel of the right foot. And then inhale, bring that right knee in closer to your chest. Don't want your right hip to drop down. So keep pressing that right hip up. If it keeps dropping and this is too hard, keep both feet down, no problem. Once you're ready, we're going to release that right foot. Keep your hips lifted though. Keep those glutes engaged, and then let's try this on the other side. Return your left foot down and we'll stay lifted for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Amazing job.